you doing? My name is Kendall Barber. I am the president of the ATU, which stands for the Amalgamated Transportation Union for the state of Delaware. We work aside with DTC, also known as DART First State. And on the behalf of the union, we are currently here, to represent and to endorse Ms. Velda Potter. We appreciate everything that she's done, the work that she has done in her history and past, and that's what we're looking forward to working with. We feel like she can contribute a lot to our membership, and I just look forward to working side by side with her.
And I am thrilled to have the support and the endorsement of the ATU. Our transit system is so critical to our city. People rely on public transportation to get to and from work, to get to medical appointments. We're a small city, and in a lot of ways, more than other cities, people do drive their personal vehicles.
Yes, they do.
But those who don't really rely on the public transportation system that we have. And so I'm really excited to receive the endorsement. I take it really as an indication of the work that I've done in the past in support of people and of workers, and just the basic needs that people have. And I certainly commit to the ATU membership my open ear to understand and continue to be in touch with the needs of your members, and to do everything within my purview as mayor to make sure we can do whatever we can to help address those needs.
Yes, ma'am.
I know I believe that our whole transit system has been in the public eye in the last year and more than it ever has before.
Yes.
With the Rodney Square.
Yes.
And the building of the transportation hub.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about how the ATU members see that, kind of what your thoughts are, what your concerns may be.
A lot of our concerns that we deal with internally is accountability.
Mm-hmm.
And we feel like it's not there because of, past history, how things have always been left inside. And I think under this leadership is really just exposing to the members, listen, you are a union worker, but you're also a voter, you're also a taxpayer. You do have certain, responsibilities, not just as a union member, but as a person who works for the entity. You have to reach out to, the people that's in charge within your areas.
Yes.
And hold them accountable. And when you don't speak on the issues that you deal with on a daily basis, it falls on deaf ears.
Yes.
And instead of you sound like you complaining, when everybody comes together, you create or get it creates a bigger impact for change. And with us, just understanding the political structure and the hierarchy of DTC, I understand that it's owned by the state. So we deal a lot with the state and the politicians, the political side of things. So now with this regime that my new path that I'm creating for this union, for how long, how long I had it for, we're trying to educate them to get more politically active, to understand who their representatives are and how each representative can make change. Something so simple as understanding who your district leaders are. They don't know that some of the district leaders actually, come up with some of these proposals and change that go to the title codes that actually gives, the authority for certain things to change. So it's just really just building an alliance with the political, team, and to actually have people that actually support unions and are going to hold their counterparts, accountable. Again, we're taxpayers and we are voters.
That's right.
And we determine who we want based off of how we can work together.
Yes.
And a lot of times we hear from people that say, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna help you out just to get the vote. And it's like that's just the first step.
Right.
It's what you do after you secure the vote.
Absolutely.
Are you still going to work for your people? we look at this, the current mayor, he got elected, said he's gonna do certain things for the people. Transit Center went from Riding Square, which is a place that everybody knew where to go, and now they moved it to a different location that now it's, it took away that feel. I remember Wednesdays you go to the Riding Square and they had that it doesn't exist no more.
It does,
And that change affected a lot of people, So like I said, it's really holding people accountable, and I feel like working with you, that accountability will be there. Just looking at a lot of things that you have done throughout your career, and I think it's important that great leaders who work together can accomplish a lot and create positive change.
Well, I tell you, I applaud so much the approach that you're taking as a leader of your local union, because the power is with people. I say that all the time.
Yes, it is.
And that's where the power should be, because this is it's your organization. That organization is nothing without everyone who works there. It's your city. This city is nothing without all the people who live here, who visit, who work here. And so it's absolutely essential that the people are the voice, and the only way your voice can really matter is if you hold people accountable.
Yes.
So your focus on accountability is just so right on target. When somebody steps up and says they want to be of service, because when you ask to be elected, that's what you're asking to do.
Exactly.
You're not asking to be in charge.
Right.
You're asking to be of service.
Right.
And when you ask someone to trust you and allow you to be of service to them, then they have every right and a responsibility to hold you accountable to be of service to them. Doesn't mean 100% of the time you're gonna agree with what they do or how they do it, but by and large, you should always feel like you have a voice, a listening ear, and a reasonable consideration in response to what's expressed. And then at the end of the day, if too many of the decisions and the actions don't fit with what you as an individual voter, the people, then the accountability comes with taking you out of office the next go round. And that's how this is supposed to work. So I applaud you as really a young leader in in your union. I'm just sure a tremendous future ahead of you, and your members, as they begin to see the changes that come as a result of them speaking out and acting in numbers. You guys will really see some change there, and I'm looking forward to playing my part to whatever extent I'm able to. Thank you so very much.
We just want them to know that they do have a voice and that their voices matter, and we fight like we continue to fight. It's a slogan that we use internationals, and the saying goes together we fight, together we win. And it's an important saying to me, because when you fight together, you win together. If you're going by yourself, sometimes it's just like a little pebble, but if you combine a bunch of pebbles together, it forms a brick, and a brick does more damage than a pebble. And we look at certain things, like I said, when it comes to accountability, something so simple as the rioting situation that happened a few months back. It shouldn't take for change to come when people are speaking. And I feel like when you put the right people in place that can relate and understand and articulate what's going on, now we don't need to throw bricks, messed up, vandalized property and all that kind of stuff to get laws changed. It's just a simple conversation and saying, hey, listen, this is what's going on. This is why we need change. It costs nothing. It costs nothing to have empathy. It costs nothing to treat people like humans. It costs nothing actually to build your community up, because as a person in my position, being elected into my position, the first question that I ask my members is, what can I do for you? It's not what you can do for me. No, it's what can I do for you? Because at the end of the day, I work for you.
That's right.
So it's just, like I said, just building a big team for positive change, not just throughout the city, but throughout the state. The state is hurting, and we need the right people in place to get these changes, and I support anybody who supports a positive change and is going to fight for that.
Yeah.
And that's why, like I said again, from the ATU, it's a pleasure and an honor to be able to endorse you.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And I'm so excited to receive it. Thank you.
Thank you.